So after getting a lot of work done on the Gallardo, getting it looking way better and running and driving, today we need to address some safety issues. Now the car drives like we've already seen. However, the brakes are pretty mushy. There is a slight brake leak from the repair job that I did. Again, that was just temporary so I could at least move the car around. The rear end is still wobbly because the suspension, the shock itself, is really broken, and we're missing a window. So in today's video, we're gonna be installing a few things to get this car much safer to drive and operate more like it should. So as you can see, we have a window. I showed this in a previous video. I already went ahead and installed window tint. That way it'll match nicely to the rest of the car. That was super easy to do. Just went ahead and cut the piece of tint I had, applied it on the inside, squeegeed it like normal, and I got this piece tinted, so it'll look really good now on the car. And then next up, we have a new shock. This is from a 2013 with 15,000 miles. Mine's a 2014 with 18,000 miles, so I figured that would be a pretty good age and mileage. And then this ginormous pipe is actually the rear brake line. Very funny the way it's shaped. Obviously it's a pre-bent metal line going all the way up to the front, and this is the orientation that it will go. So with the car up on the air, we're gonna do the rear shock first. I've mentioned when I've driven this, the rear end feels a little bit wobbly. This shock is really blown up somehow. We're gonna take it off. It's gonna be interesting how broken it is. But when I pick up the shock boot, you can literally see the washer up here. You can hear that metal like clinking. That's the top of the washer for this portion of it. So it is certainly not in good shape. Also, I noticed if I grab this and twist the hub this way, you can hopefully see how much it moves, and the shock is bending the entire time. And then now on the driver's side, I can wiggle this left and right and it doesn't change at all. So with the nuts off the lower and upper bolt of the shock, you can already see how it's bent. To take a precaution, I'm gonna put my spring compressors on the spring, because if somehow the upper portion and the lower portion are not connected because the inside is blown apart, I don't want all this pressure of the spring to explode some things. That ought to do it, but at least be a pretty good precaution. All right, so it didn't explode. However, as you might be able to tell, that is insanely bent. That is not how it's supposed to look. And a closer look, hopefully it comes off on camera, the curve of this one right here. So to go ahead and install this, pretty straightforward. The suspension on this car, really easy. We just lift this in and we're gonna line it up. And then next up, I need to replace that bolt with the correct one from Lamborghini. Now under here, I still need to get a metal bushing for the spindle, since I put a rubber one in there for now since I didn't know that it was metal. But at least with this bigger bolt, it'll fit a lot better. Alright, so now moving on to the brake line, I took the front wheel off because actually you can see the brake line right up there. That connection is the front line. And then if we go to the back, obviously this is where it connects into my caliper. There's the repair job. So this line goes down through here, and then here it is on the other side. You can see it right in front of me. And then my car's rear wheel drive, so there's no drive shaft, but you can see this is the brake line going all the way up to the front. And then in front of that, you can see where we go. It goes up under here, and then up in there is where you're gonna see the rest of the brake line right there. Alright, you now join me underneath the car, and now we gotta figure out how to fish out this metal brake line, which is gonna be very awkward, and putting the new one in is gonna be equally as awkward. And then now let's try to pop this in. And we actually have a lot of wiggle room now, that's good. There's the end of it, as you can probably see. Alright, popping that out. Alright. Alright, we are free. So now the awkward part is how the heck do we get this out? Alright, now lot of persuasion, I got the brake line where it belongs, going all the way up there. Had to bend this aluminum foil stuff a little bit, and then we'll reattach that to the frame rail. And then from here, I can work on lining it up to all those. All right, after a very long game of Tetris, got that line finally installed, and the rear you saw in the time lapse is installed as well. That was a lot of work, just getting that metal line in the weirdest position into everything. All right, all the brakes are bled now. Had a lot of air bubbles coming out, as you would expect. Got that all set up. Don't see any leaks on the new brake line. Under trays are all back together. And then now we just gotta put the front wheel back on, which we're gonna have to take off in a second anyway when we do the glass. But one more thing I'm gonna do to further get my alignment, I noticed that the bolts down here, I noticed there's a yellow mark, you might be able to see it's kind of dark, and there's the same one over there. Both of them are off, so that's probably why my alignment is pretty off. I'm gonna adjust those back to where the yellow mark is, and then we're gonna take this car for a spin and see how the brakes and suspension are now holding up. All right, with the wheels back on the car, it is time to drive. Didn't realize a brake line would take all day. It is like 6 o'clock now. But now we're gonna drive around a little bit, see how much better it is, and then we can start working on that window. All right, let's get a decently cold start as we lose daylight. One thing cool, there actually is brake pressure. So already that is a good plus. First time riding it now.
I'm excited.
Steering wheel is a lot better. Like, it's still a little off, but I definitely helped it out. A lot of you commented about maybe the wishbones are bent. I don't know. As of now though, it has drastically improved. Hitting the brakes, I just came to a stop. That is a huge deal. All right, so that definitely helped. Yeah, the handling is a lot better. I don't really feel the wobble back there. I still need to get that metal bushing for the spindle. I might just need an entirely new spindle. I don't think I can get one made. I don't know if someone can machine that piece. But it's driving so much better. Like, it actually feels almost normal. That is a lot better. Wow. Yeah, the brakes actually work. I might have to bleed them again as time goes on. We are making some progress. All right, onto the window. Now that this fender is free to where I can actually get the glass in place, I've done some test fits just to see exactly how I can slide this in, and I can use my camera suction cup mount on the outside to help hold it. So the way I need to adhere it, I have two things. I have the primer as well as the urethane adhesive. This is basically how you will install a fixed piece of glass like this. Okay, so good, that's what I thought. So that's just the inside of it. And then we'll install the applicator tip. All right, so it's kind of hard to squeeze this, so it might take a second, but I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. All right, so popping it in there, it should be nice and sealed. One thing I'm gonna do, take this off for the weight since we don't need that. And we'll just kind of use some tape to help hold it up. I'm just gonna use these to kind of help hold it upright in case it starts to sag at all. All right, there we go. Window is bonded. Now we just sit and basically watch glue dry. So obviously I'm not gonna drive the car for a couple days, just let it sit over the weekend. But we now have a window on the car. Hopefully it's watertight. Hopefully I did everything correctly. But I think it should be good. Looks a heck of a lot better with a window. Man, that makes it look so much better. And the fact that I can actually drive the car now, that's a really big plus. Next on the list, of course, I need a side mirror. And now I just gotta order all the rear bumper components. Taillight should be here soon. I've ordered that, should be here in about a week. Then I just need rear bumper to match the diffuser. I do have this whole fender. I found that somehow. That'll be a very interesting thing to figure out how to cut this off. If any of you are body shop people, what do you guys think? It's only bonded right here and to the door jamb. The rest is just bolted. What are your recommendations for cutting this apart? Other than that though, we are seriously getting there. But that is it for today's video. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you all in the next video.